Episode 2: Bitcoin and the Rise of Digital Money. Hey everyone, welcome back to From Shells to Satoshis, where we explore the story of money, from its ancient beginnings to the cutting-edge digital revolution happening today. I'm Ryan Moss, and in this episode, we're diving into the rise of Bitcoin, a form of money that's not just new, but unlike anything the world has ever seen. Think about this. After centuries of coins, paper bills, and now digital dollars sitting in banks, what if money no longer needed a government or a central bank to issue it? What if money could be created, verified, and trusted by anyone, anywhere in the world, without permission? That's the revolution Bitcoin began in 2009. Bitcoin was launched by someone using the name Satoshi Nakamoto, who published a white paper describing a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It came just months after the 2008 financial crisis, when trust in banks and governments was at an all-time low. The timing was no accident. Bitcoin was designed to be different from fiat, a money with rules, but no rulers. To understand Bitcoin, you first have to understand the bigger category it belongs to, cryptocurrencies. A cryptocurrency is a type of digital money that uses cryptography, advanced math and coding, to secure transaction and control how new units are created. Unlike the dollars in your bank account, cryptocurrencies don't rely on a central bank or government. Instead, they're powered by computer networks that agree on a shared record of transactions. This makes them decentralized, borderless, and resistant to censorship. There are now thousands of cryptocurrencies, each claiming to solve a different problem. Some focus on speed, others on privacy, and some on enabling new types of applications. But Bitcoin stands apart as the first and most widely adopted. While many new cryptocurrencies experiment with features, Bitcoin's greatest strength is its simplicity and security. Its rules are clear. A fixed supply of 21 million coins, verified by a global network with no single point of failure. That's why most people see Bitcoin not as just another cryptocurrency, but as the foundation, the digital gold that anchors the entire crypto ecosystem. At its core, Bitcoin runs on something called the blockchain, a public ledger that records every transaction ever made. Imagine a shared Google Doc that anyone can view but no one can change without consensus. Each page of the ledger is a block, and blocks are added one after another, forming a secure chain. This design makes Bitcoin transparent and nearly impossible to cheat. No bank or government has the power to alter the ledger. Only the network of participants does. And here's the part that makes Bitcoin truly unique. Scarcity. Unlike dollars, which can be printed infinitely, Bitcoin has a fixed supply. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. New coins are created through a process called mining, where computers solve complex puzzles to add transactions to the blockchain. Miners are rewarded with Bitcoin, but the reward gets cut in half every 4 years in what's called the halving. This slow release schedule means Bitcoin becomes harder to get over time, like digital gold. Because of the scarcity, Bitcoin is often called sound money. Just like gold was valued because it was rare and couldn't be manufactured, Bitcoin is valuable because its supply is capped by math and code. That makes it resistant to inflation. No central bank can just decide to create more. But Bitcoin isn't scarce. It's also decentralized. There's no single company, government, or person in charge. Thousands of computers keep around the world keep the system running. If one goes down, the network keeps going. If the one government bans it, Bitcoin survives elsewhere. It's the first global money that is truly borderless. Of course, Bitcoin hasn't had a smooth ride. Its price has been volatile, from a few cents in 2009 to thousands of dollars, up and down again. Critics call it risky or unstable, but supporters argue that early volatility is natural for a new form of money. and over time Bitcoin has trended upward as adoption grows. So why does Bitcoin matter? Because it gives people an alternative to fiat money that constantly loses value. In countries with runaway inflation like Venezuela or Argentina, Bitcoin has offered a lifeline. For others, it's a way to store wealth, spend money across borders instantly, or simply escape government control. Bitcoin is more than just a currency. It's a new kind of financial system. And if you're wondering where people actually get it, there are now several options. The most common are crypto exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, or Binance, where you can buy Bitcoin directly. Apps like Cash App, PayPal, and Robinhood also allow Bitcoin purchases with just a few clicks. For people who want more control, Bitcoin wallets let you buy and hold coins yourself, giving you full ownership of your money without relying on a middleman. These options make Bitcoin accessible to beginners while still offering paths to greater independence for those who want it. Which brings us to our next step. If Bitcoin is money, how do people invest in it safely? In our next episode, we'll look at Bitcoin ETFs, investment funds that make it easier than ever to add Bitcoin to your portfolio. This is where Bitcoin begins moving from the edges into the mainstream of global finance. This is just the beginning. Join me in episode 3 as we explore how Bitcoin ETFs are opening the floodgates for investors everywhere.